So after a heartbreaking loss in last year's finals, we all knew just how special Jayson Tatum was and how valuable he is to this Celtics team. But after an offseason of improving on his game, changing his diet, and steady work in that weight room, as he starts the season off in a spectacular fashion, we can obviously see the work he put in is paying off. Being one of the best two-way players in this league, in the overtime loss versus Cleveland, we could see this in full effect in back-to-back plays, as Tatum's able to first attack the rim aggressively detonating on Jared Allen, and then for one of his 4 blocks this game, he guards Donovan Mitchell perfect on the switch to then block this 3-point attempt without fouling. Tatum's ability to affect the game on both ends of the floor is very special, and it propels this Celtics team to another level when in rhythm. Right now, stop and comment below telling me 2 things you like about Tatum's game and 1 thing you think he needs to fix or work on, and let's discuss it. Starting the season off playing incredible, at the time of recording this, Tatum is averaging 31 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 4 assists, while shooting it at a highly efficient rate. Defenses have had problems containing him, and it's all due to his ability to score at all 3 levels, getting to his spots on the floor whenever he wants to. From using his large 6'8 frame to stay strong through contact when getting to the bucket, stringing together a handle to shift defenders to get open, and then finding the holes within the defense to insert himself for the open triple, Tatum is mastering his offensive game, and it's been a beauty to watch. Shooting 79% in the restricted area on 49 attempts this season, the footwork on the drives, the cuts through the D, and the strong slashing ability has been on full display. This Celtics team is great at cutting off ball, leading to many easy buckets at the rim, and Tatum is mastering this and finding the gaps in the defense to go score. With Brooks trailing Tatum as he sets the screen, Jayson slows down just a bit and then slips the screen, and Smart puts it on the plate for Tatum to go eat. This time as Horford is being hounded by Vooch here, you can see White setting this back screen for Tatum to run off, and instead of staying out on the perimeter, Tatum flies right into the paint, controls the ball on the DeRozan swipe down, and drops in the lay. Then there's other times where we see Tatum display the patience off the cuts, and after receiving this pass, as he gives Vooch a up fake which gets him in the air, gets past him, and then gives DeMar the slight up fake as well to then finish the gimme. Finding the gaps to flash into is a knack for Tatum right now, and he's quick at making his move right away to go score at the basket. Off-ball movement is highly important within the offense because it destroys defensive schemes, making them collapse, which results in uncontested layups at the rim. But trust me, when you put the ball in Tatum's hands, he's having no trouble blowing past defenders to get downhill and convert inside. As he takes Vincent off the dribble, Tatum attacks hard going right, and as Butler slides for the double, Tatum shifts Gabe out the way going behind the back to avoid that double, keeps the ball tucked and low before floating it up over Bam to avoid the contact at the rim. Not going to be the most flashy finisher or attacker going to the basket, Tatum uses his long strides to get past the defense, his strength to combat the contact, and then is great at carrying the ball low to avoid the swipes at the ball to either draw the foul or finish the bucket. After getting past Kuzma with the cross, Tatum gets into Kuz's body to bump him off his pad, and then uses the inside hand to sneak it right past the contest for the easy lay. And here with a head of steam going right at Tobias Harris, watch how Tatum stutter steps quickly to get Harris guessing, and then feeds him this Euro while swinging the ball low, then explodes through to finish the reverse for the and one. This is sorta kinda the James Harden tactic when driving to the rim, and some people have problems with Tatum doing it, saying he is foul baiting rather than just focusing on scoring the ball. But with Tatum being very strong and controlled on his pursuit to the rim, these plays will actually grant more and ones and attempts at the free throw line. We already see that as Tatum is getting to the line 8.3 times a game and is converting at an 89% clip. So do you really want to send him to go shoot those freebies? Probably not. So stopping Tatum from getting to the basket without fouling is going to be very difficult once he sets his mind to it. That soft touch that Tatum possesses down low flows directly into his shooting ability, as Tatum is no slouch, making it rain from anywhere and everywhere on the court. When getting in that mid-range area, Tatum can pull up right over smaller guards because of his height, but even when you put a defender his size on him, Tatum can still find a way to get that slither of space to get the shot off and knock it down. Converting 44% of his 25 mid-range shots this season, this area is going to be special for Tatum, as defenses have to respect the drive and the three-pointer, but also Jayson has incredible footwork out the triple threat, which gets him right into comfortable pull-ups. From the naked eye, this pull-up from Tatum looks pretty basic and effortless, but once you slow it down and really analyze it, you can really see what's going on. Jabbing out far to start makes Harden shift to the left, then as Tatum swipes through into his shooting pocket, you see Harden lunge up, and this lets Tatum explode off that back foot, beating Harden to the spot right into that pocket again, to then rise up and knock it down. You can't allow smaller defenders like Garland to stay out on him, as Tatum will just call for a clear out, bounce it on the deck a couple times, and just elevate over the top of them to drop it in. And just when you think you have him contained right in your line of vision, if you keep backpedaling like Mobley instead of standing your ground, well, you let Tatum easily get into a pull-up and his release point on his jumper is very high, so you're not really going to affect the shot and he nails it right in your face. I'm more than sure we will see Tatum abuse defenders in this area all season, as he's very crafty in creating for himself, and not many defenders will be able to knock him off his groove once he gets it going. Especially because if you overplay, then Tatum will just blow past you to get to the rack or stop on a dime to knock it down. The same thing goes for his lethal 3-point shooting, as you can't leave Tatum open out there or he is bound to let it fly, making the defense pay. Tatum is letting it rain from deep 9 times a game, dropping it in at a 37% rate, and being a reliable floor spacer like this is very important, as it opens up lanes in the whole court for teammates to go and create. Tatum's great off-ball movement, just like when he's cutting to the basket, leaks right into his 3-point shooting as well. Whether he is setting a screen and bouncing out to the perimeter or just relocating around the court, he puts himself in perfect positions to receive the pass and cash in from deep. You see Tatum floating right outside the paint here, and as Kevin Love goes to double Williams down low, Tatum flashes into the middle of the lane and then pops out to the perimeter to receive the pass from Brown and sinks it from 27 feet. It's hard enough to guard a player constantly moving around the court to find the openings, but then when you add in the ability to shoot with little to no space, this is where things get really scary. It doesn't matter if a defender is right up on Tatum, since the fact that his release point is so high, while him being 6'8", he stays unbothered. Perfect example here, as he sizes up DeRozan, Tatum doesn't create tons of space with the handle, but just enough to get into his shooting motion, and although DeMar gets a great contest, Tatum is locked in to drop it in right over him. Now, I don't know about you, but if Tatum continues to shoot it this well off the catch from deep, even with the defense smothering him, he could become amongst the scariest 3-point shooters this season. This 3-level scoring keeps Tatum very unpredictable, and you have no choice but to play him straight up, because if you don't, then he will take what you give him and make you pay. Seeing much improvements to his game already from last season is great to see, and with Tatum and Brown leading the charge for this highly talented Celtics team, things look really bright for their future. Jayson Tatum is mastering his offensive game right before our eyes, and given his work ethic, size, and the skill he already possesses, all it takes is for Tatum to really lock in, and he has the potential to be one of, if not, the best player in the NBA. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like before you head over to watch me explain how Luka is dominating defenses, and shout out to Nate for being the first comment 3 videos in a row. I thank everyone for your support, it means a lot, and I'll see you in the next video.